Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the winter Jackery sale. That's right, guys. It is sales time for those Jackery products that could have probably got you through all of that snow that we just had. At least for the New England people. I hear some of you didn't get as much snow as New England. We definitely got a lot of snow up here. A lot of people could have used power stations. Even our buddies down in Texas that kept having power outages could definitely use a few of these on hand. Now, guys, we have a great deal for you. We're going to tell you right now. Don't sleep on these sales. You never know when they're going to end. With the way, things go, you never know. We do have a bunch of great deals. Of course, you guys are going to see the Jackery Explorer E1500 Ultra for about $899. Normally, that's like a $1,400 power station, which is great. Now, we have a bunch of amazing stations lined up for you guys today, but we also still have that 5% discount code. If you guys spend over $1,000 tonight, you guys can actually, of course, come on in and use a 5% discount code. So you guys can actually save yourself a few bucks and not have to worry about it. And that's the best part about that. So for you guys watching live with us, we're going to give you guys that discount code to use on over $1,000 purchases. Now with that, we're going to start off with their smallest station. Then we're going to move on to their newest station. One of their newest stations. There's also another 500 V2 that I don't personally have. Now, we're going to bounce around here. You guys are going to see that we have a table of stations. We have the 2000 V2, the 1000 V2, the 300, and of course, that 240D. That's right, the 240D is of course a personal powerhouse that can be taken anywhere, and of course, the palm of your hand. Now, this thing's actually a really, really amazing station. 4-pound power station, 256 watt-hours of power that can be carried by, of course, this strap or put a backpack strap on there and guys carry it around your back with this. Now, this is actually a really, really cool power station. This thing's phenomenal. It's going to do well for you. Now, that carrying cable, guys, is not just a carrying cable. If you guys wanted to, of course, you guys can see right here, we have a USB-C to USB-C cable built into, of course, the actual handle. And I love that the handle is also your power cable for that. Now, with that, of course, you guys just pop there, turn it off, put it back on, or use it with this. Now, 256 watt-hours of power that can be fully charged in about 2.25 to 2.5 hours through, of course, the USB-C port. Now, you're going to have multiple ports on the front. You're going to have a digital display with that high-vis colorway. Now, if I, of course, hit the button, I'm actually not looking at this properly, so you guys will see what I see as I'm trying to do it. You got that nice high-vis orange right there, of course, input, output, and the hour runtime. Down there, you're going to see the 140-watt bi-directional USB-C port. You're going to see the DC plug. You're then going to see that 100-watt USB-C output port, the 15-watt output port for the USB-C, and a 15-watt USB-A. Now, the bi-directional port means I can actually charge devices off of this. So let's say I wanted to grab my iPhone, of course, 16 Pro Max, plug it into there. We could actually do that through the USB-C to USB-C cable that's on there. Now, if I didn't want to use that cable, I could use a USB-A port to Lightning cable for one of my other phones, or vice versa. Now, 80,000 milliamps is a lot of power in a 4-pound package. This is going to be perfect for taking into a campsite. It's going to be great for all those in general little purposes, maybe your flashlights, your hand warmers, maybe your heated gloves, or your heated vest. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's winter, so some of you may be using those. You guys can charge those devices off of this because it is a USB-C device connected up to that cabling. Now, some of those vests may use a different style plug-in, but a lot of them use a USB-C or USB-A port to charge those up, which is great. I love that idea. Keep your hands warm, keep your body warm, while, of course, connecting it up to a little power station of this size. Now, normal price is about $209 for this. This is going to come in at about $159 for you guys, which is a great deal. I apologize, everybody. Dust is kicking up. It got in my lungs. Now, with it, of course, if you don't want the display on, you guys can shut that display off. Now, with this, of course, fully charged, you should be able to get about 9 hours of runtime through your Starlink Mini. Maybe you guys can get about 12 to 14 cell phone charges off of this if you needed to. multiple usages, maybe an LED light bulb. You guys could do, of course, just different devices no matter what. Hey, Phil, where's Phil? I do not know where Phil is. So with it, of course, you guys can do, let's say, 3 laptop charges. You guys know what I'm talking about with the smaller laptops. Maybe 16 hours with the 10-watt Bluetooth speaker. You guys can do, of course, other devices. And that's the great options with this. You're going to have multiple ways of charging. If you guys want to use a cigarette car lighter in your car, about 3.5 to 4 hours. If you're using a 100-watt solar panel, a little over 2.5 hours. 2.25 hours on a wall plug through, of course, your 140-watt power adapter, and that's where you're going to be at. But I want to... can't use it on my YOLO box. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm confused. So really great options for this. Portable, accessible, easily movable, and it's going to do well for you. Now, with, of course, other options, I mean, instead of using like your camera gear through the USB-A ports or your lighting gear through the USB-A ports on that or USB-C ports, you guys could step it up in a realm of waterproof power stations. Now, yeah, I know what a YOLO box is, but I'm not sure if which power station you're talking about. Because like the 240D is meant for like USB-A, USB-C ports. The bigger stations will be able to run most of that stuff. Kind of like the next one we're about to show you, the 1500 Ultra. Now, when I bounce over here to this table, we're going to, of course, move camera angles. You guys are going to see up here on the table. We're going to talk about the one in the middle with this. Now, this is actually a really, really amazing piece with this one. Now, this is going to have a bunch of different connections you may not have seen, but it is a waterproof design device. 1,536 watt-hours of power that can be fully charged in a very, very quick charge time on hand. Now, the device is going to weigh about 39 pounds, though, so it does weigh a little bit with that, but it's a 1.5 hour charge time if you want to. Now, 1,800 watts of AC outlets, 3,600 watts peak. You guys are going to have multiple USB-A ports, multiple USB-C ports, and it's only going to be $898 today because it is actually on sale. Now, I'm going to get up and kind of show you guys a few of the options with this. So, the digital display is still there for you. So, if I come over here and turn it on, it's going to light up. It's going to say about 27% battery while I was actually using it. So, we were draining some of the battery. If I want to turn on the AC outlets, I can just turn on the AC outlets just like that. Now, if I want to turn it off, I can just power it back down by hitting the buttons. Now, these buttons do light up. Underneath the waterproof plugs, you guys are going to see these plugs, there is still a 12-volt 10-amp plug for cigarette lighter adapters. So, for those of you that need to do extra USB-As or USB-Cs, you have that connectability. Underneath the next port is going to be your solar panel plugs and your wall plug capabilities with this as well on hand. Now you still have the 100-watt USB-C port, 30-watt USB-C port, and 18-watt USB-A port right there under this opposite plug. Now with it, you still, of course, are going to get those 3 beautiful American-style plugs, but make sure when you're not using them that the plugs are pushed in properly to protect it at its max. Now, with the 3 AC outlets, you guys, like I said, 1,800 watts with this, 3,600 watts max. And that is actually really, really amazingly well done with this. Now, the amount of power should allow you to run, let's say, like a 200-watt desktop PC for over 6 hours without a problem. And that's the amazing part with this. So you guys will probably get about 8 hours of runtime with that off a 200-watt desktop PC. Waterproof resistant, guys, IP65 waterproof, so I can throw this out in the snow if I really wanted to. There's, of course, a removable bottom on it. The removable bottom is washable, so you guys are going to have that. It does have a waterproof fan built in there to help keep it cool if you guys need to cool it with this. Now, the capabilities are actually really, really cool, but here's the best part. This one's created with level 9 seismic shockproof. So if I really wanted to and I wanted to take it off that table and drop it on the ground, it's not going to damage the device. So they really thought about it with this one. They wanted to make sure it's nicely done. If you had 800 watts of solar panels to go with the 1500 Ultra, you'd have a 2.5 hour charge time. If you have, of course, like let's say 600 watts, you guys would have about a 3 hour or more charge time with this. Now, the capabilities are great with this. It's nice, lightweight, portable, but it's got, of course, that waterproof pieces with this. Now, I like the waterproofness of it. Now, of course, with this, I'm only going to tell you 1800 watts is where you guys want to be. If you guys do the 3600 watts peak, you're not going to get, of course, the longest runtime at 3600 watts. It's just not going to happen. The dust proof, of course, with this, the thermal management, you guys can use this in around -4 degrees all the way up to about, I'm going to say 113 degrees with it. You guys can, of course, have the optimal airflow, but you guys could do about 16 drone batteries, maybe 68 9-watt camera batteries. Electric blanket, maybe over 40 to 48 hours with a 40 to 50 watt electric blanket if you really wanted to. You guys could do 100 hours with the 10 watt Bluetooth speaker, 12-ish hours with like a 100 watt movie projector out back. Let's say 500 watt refrigerator, guys. Couple days, you guys could do that off of this. Most refrigerators don't run at that max wattage. Because, well, your door is closed. It doesn't need to work as hard. Capabilities with this one's beautiful. You guys could run a Starlink Mini for over 50 hours. You guys could do hand drills, walkie-talkies, Bluetooth radios. You guys can do whatever you really wanted to. Your house radios, maybe boombox. Maybe you have a kid at college. You want to make sure that their devices are nicely well done and charged while there's a power outage at college so they could still contact you or do their homework. This power station would do that, and it would do it well. $898.99 is the price tag. $1,400 is the normal tag price for this. Now remember, though, it does work with, of course, app and the app control. So if I wanted to turn on the AC outlets, I can actually do it through the app. If I wanted to, of course, to see what the battery charge is on there, I could do that as well. You would just pull up the Jackery app, and you guys would find the station you want. You would click it on and then go over there, and you guys would do all of that as well. So the app is accessible. Now, it's on the Google Play Store, and it's on the Apple Play Store, so you guys are good there. You guys can turn on screens. You guys can see carbon reduction. You guys can see generation of solar. You can also go over and change out through, I want to remember if it's, I think it's energy savings mode. Can't pop that up because it's not paired up right now, but it's like energy savings mode. You guys can do like charging settings. You guys can do auto time on and auto time off. And of course, all of those other great variants. Now, if this device had a light on it, you guys could actually activate the light through that app as well. Man, do not mess with stuff before streaming if you guys have dust on things, because it's really going to affect you, trust me. Now, this is a beautiful station, under 40 pounds, 1,536 watt hours of power, and can be charged in about an hour and a half time if you really need to. That's perfect for me. Honestly, it's really, really well done. Now, my guess is it's probably still created with the cell-to-body technology, so the housing is going to be shrunk down there, and that's why the size is definitely there as well. If you want to step it up in size and power, you guys can go down to, of course, let's talk about that one right there, the 3000. Now, the Jackery Explorer 3000 is another newer power station that they created. Now, with this 3,072 watt hours of power, but it's going to weigh you a little bit. Guys, this power station definitely weighs about 50 pounds or so. So it's going to be a little more girthier than some of the others that we were showing you. Not really. I mean, some of the smaller ones. With it, you're going to have a bunch of different connectabilities and charging times. Trevor, what's good, my guy? What's good? Your charge times will vary, guys, with this, of course, as well. So you guys can actually charge through solar. You guys can charge through, of course, your standard wall plug. You guys can connect up to like your RV or your, manual transfer station, charge that way. You guys can connect it up and do wall charging, and of course, that beautiful connectability of solar combined. Your charge times will be about, I'm going to say 11 hours with 400 watts of solar panels, a little over 2.25 hours on a wall plug, or under 2 hours with wall plug and solar combined together. So you do have those variants on this. Can be used as a UPS or emergency power supply. So you guys, if the power goes out, as long as you got the device connected to this and this connected to your wall, that power goes out, your device will stay running with under 20 milliseconds of switchover, which would be great for all the camera gear, your computer equipment, your refrigerators, or devices like that, maybe a CPAP machine. Now, with the 20 milliseconds to switch over, you're going to need the plugs to supply it. Well, first and foremost, you have that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter style adapted plug. Below that's going to be 2 of the 100-watt USB-C ports, 2 of the 18-watt USB-A ports, and on the sides, you're going to have 5 of the AC outlets. 4 of those are going to be your standard 3-prong AC outlets. So standard 3 prongs, you're going to get about 3,600 watts of sine wave power through it, 7,200 watts max surge if you need to surge to it. That 5th AC outlet that you're seeing there is a larger round style. That is a NEMA TTR30. That's going to allow you to connect up to your RVs, your motorhomes, your manual transfer stations, and devices like that to, of course, run other pieces. Or maybe you guys need to plug in your dishwasher, or vice versa if it has this style of plug. Maybe your old school washers and dryers, your old school fridges and stuff. So you guys can do that as well. It's got the capabilities there. Run times will vary with what you could run and how you could run it. Let's say like a 45-watt house fan, 60 hours of runtime. Your 5-watt light bulb, 9 to 10 days. Your refrigerator, a couple days as well with that off of this one. Wi-Fi routers, about 66 hours, depending on the Wi-Fi router you're using and the capabilities that it's going to allow you to use. Now, if you guys want to do, let's say, your 800-watt kitchen oven, about 3 hours of runtime. You guys could do about 30 to 40 hours with an LCD TV. Maybe, just maybe, you want to, of course, charge your phone over 150 times. Go ahead and do so. It's got the capabilities with this. 3.5 hours with the leaf blower, guys. If you want to do like a weed eater or weed whacker, about 3 hours of runtime as well with the electric weed eaters or weed whackers. 30 to 35 drone battery charges, or of course 300 plus GoPros. Ground fog, what's up? Now with this, it's an amazing power station that will do really, really well. Still full app control. It's going to allow you to do, and of course, run the devices you've been always wanting to run. Now, with this kit that we are showing you guys with the 3000, you're getting 2 of the 200-watt solar panels for $15.98. That's a 47% savings. Normally, it's a $29.99 price tag. Now, gonna go there. You guys can, of course, if you want to, use that 5% discount code that we have for you and get yourself a few extra bucks off of this one. So any questions about that? Yeah, the 3000, man, that's a beautiful one. So is the 1500. The 1500 Ultra that we just showed you guys, waterproof, of course. With that, that means I can take it outside. This one I have to be a little more protected of. It's a little bit larger. It's got, of course, a larger battery capacity. It's going to allow you to run devices longer, of course, than the 1500 Ultra. But you have, of course, those options with that. Now, I love those options, and we're going to yell at my wife a little bit. My wife's out here trying to get her nightly meds, and she's trying to be really, really quiet. But, it's one of those things. So you guys have a choice with the 3 options that we just showed you guys so far. Now we're going to drop down. We're going to go, of course, into the table of despair. No, not table of despair. We're going to go into the table of fun. Honestly, this is the table of fun to me. Now we're going to talk about the middle power station on the bottom. Now, this is a nice, portable, and beautiful power station. It's going to weigh in about 24 pounds. At 24 pounds, you guys have 1,070 watt hours of power. 1,070 watt hours of power. It's going to be about $405.88, guys. It's 49% savings. Normally, it's an $800 price tag with this one. You're going to have the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. You're going to have that flashlight built into the front. You're going to have 2 USB-C ports, a 30-watt port, 100-watt port, and then the 18-watt USB-A port. 3 AC outlets that can do, of course, 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 3,000 if you really need to. So at 3,000 surge if you have to do or go there. Charge times will be about, I'm going to say about an hour on a wall plug in emergency activated charging, or a standard 2-hour quick charge mode on standard charging. If you had 2 200-watt solar panels, it's going to be a little over 2.5 hours with that, guys. So you guys will still get a good charge time, even with solar panels. You could run a 200-watt desktop PC off the 1000 V2 for about 6 hours-ish if you wanted to. You guys could do, let's say, 60 cell phone charges, maybe 14 laptop charges, maybe 20 drone batteries, 29 hours with the Starlink Mini. You guys can pair it up with the 12 hours with the heated blanket or more if you truly want to go there. Mini fridges and TVs. All right, your flat screen TV, like the one that's behind me, 10 hours-ish. Your mini fridge, about 14 hours-ish. You guys can do orbital sanders, palm sanders like that for a little over about 2 hours of runtime. Now, portable, accessible. I love the 1000 V2, and the price point's really, really on point with the 1000 V2. It's an amazing little product. Now, remember, app control, so you still have a full app function, but you're going to have multiple styles of packages with this. So let's say you want to get it by itself for $405.88. You guys can do that. Or if you want to, you guys can get it with the 100-watt solar panel for $699. Now, that 100-watt solar panel is bifacial charging, so it's going to do well for you. It's going to be portable, but it's, of course, a step up because you're already halfway there to the 400 watts of charging on hand. Now, if you really wanted to, and you guys want to go to, let's kind of go here. You guys want to go to a package deal with multiple solar panels, you guys can, of course, get the device with 2 of the 100-watt mini solar panels. That's right, you heard me correctly. The 100-watt solar panels. Now, these are actually really, really amazing solar panels. With the minis, I don't have the minis, the 100-watt minis on hand, guys. I actually haven't even seen the 100-watt minis. But I hear it's a really, really amazing solar panel with this package deal. Very, very awesome option, great price point, and, of course, capable of being taken wherever you want to on hand. Now, I see I was supposed to show you guys... Oh, yeah, I got it on the table. We're good. We're good. Now, we're going to show you guys the Jackery Explorer 300. This is going to be an original styling device, but still very, very, very modern and works very well. Now, you guys are going to notice I'm going to move over slightly. We're going to talk about that little device right there. That's right. That little one. This, of course, is a 7.1 pound power station. 7.1 pounds. 293 watt hours of power with multiple ports of connections on this guy. So, again, you got that 12-volt 10-amp plug, but it's hidden behind a rubberized port. You're going to have 2 AC outlets that are going to do, of course, 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 500. You're going to have a USB-C 60-watt bidirectional port. You're going to have 2 5-volt 2.4 amp USB-A ports. And then you're going to have the DC input port. The DC input port is an amazing little input port on this one that's going to allow you to connect up to solar panels, wall plug charging, cigarette lighter adapters, and vice versa. Thank you, Fernando. I do see that you switched it for me. Now, of course, with this, guys, your charge time, about 3 3¼ hours or 3.5 hours is where you're going to be with this one on hand, which is not bad. If you want to get a 2-hour charge time, use wall plug charging and use, of course, the USB-C 60-watt port. Now, the 60-watt port is amazing. Super laggy on your end. I don't think it's my side. Anybody else having issues with the lag on the stream? So I just want to know. Just let me know. Now, of course, with the 7.1 pounds, I can carry it, take it anywhere I wanted to. It's very, very phenomenal. I love the idea that I can actually carry 7.1 pound power station, 293 watt hours of power, run all of my smaller devices, and of course do it well. Now I can do 15 camera batteries, maybe of course 40 hours with the Nintendo Switch. I could do about 12 cell phone charges if I need to. Maybe you guys could do about 4.5 hours with the flat screen TV, or 5 to 6 drone batteries. Check in 1 second, guys. So I like it. Great price point with this is $199. Normally $259 price tag. Well done for you. If you want to step it up in a little bit, you guys can get it with the 100-watt solar panel. That's going to be about a $349 price tag with the 100-watt solar panel. So really, really great price with that. Amazing little option. And then, of course, you got that quicker charge time. So if you guys need, definitely check out the 300s. Any questions? Let me check chat. I don't see. Guys, we're multi-streaming tonight, so I'm checking all of the chats. Corinder, I do see. Yeah, the 1500 Ultra is amazing, Corinder. Now, remember, guys, the 1500 Ultra is on sale tonight, guys, for $899. It is a great savings. If you guys are buying multiple pieces, you guys can actually use that 5% discount code. Jenna, thank you for the follow as well. Now we're going to step it up, but before we step it up, I'm going to actually try to activate this. Let's grab my phone. Let's grab the station. Let's grab it. Let's see if we can turn on that flashlight for you guys. You guys can see the flashlight come on the table behind us. Let's go a little bit brighter for you. Let's do some SOS flashing so you guys can definitely see that it is back there for you. Now that is the app control with this. Now we're talking about the 2000 V2. It's going to be approximately a little over, I'm going to say 39-ish pounds with this one. At 39 pounds, guys, it's going to do well for you, and it packs quite a punch, and it's got a lot of battery, almost as much battery as that big bad boy behind it. Now the 2000 V2, if we come down to the table and swipe left, and we swipe left slower than that, because, wow, that went really, really fast here. You guys will see the 2000 V2. Now, the 2000 V2 with 2042 watt hours of power can be fully charged in 2 hours charge time. Standard quick charging. If you want to, though, guys, you could step it up a range. You guys can, of course, go into emergency situation charging, and you guys can have it fully charged in a 1 hour charge time. So you guys can do that as well. With it, you're going to have, of course, the USB-C 30-watt port, the USB-C 100-watt port, the USB-A 18-watt port, and that 12-volt 10-amp plug in front. Now, you're also going to notice that you're going to have 3 AC outlets that are going to do 2200 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 4400 if you need to. When fully charged, of course, in that quick charge time, you guys can actually run a 200-watt desktop PC for about 12 hours. You guys can run that flat screen TV for over 6 hours without an issue. We just doubled our battery capacity for this. Now, capabilities are going to keep expanding with this one because it's going to do a little bit better for you. You guys could run, let's say, a 200-watt refrigerator for about 20 hours. You want to run a 550-watt coffee maker, about 3 hours of runtime. 5-watt light bulb, 64 hours, or 80 cell phone charges. It's on you how you use it. Phil, what's up, buddy? What's up, my guy? Phil is in the house. Oh, Phil, what's cracking, buddy? What's cracking? Now, this, of course, was their first one created with cell-to-body technology. Cold outside, dude. You didn't get nowhere near as much snow as me. So what are you talking about? Oh, man. I was up to my knees in snow trying to get into my cars this morning. I'm swapping out a motherboard CPU RAM for a coworker. Right on, buddy. I'll take all the leftovers if they're decent. All right, what else could you guys run off of the 2000 V2? Well, really, the sky's the limit with this one. Tea kettles, microwaves, shop vacs for 2.5 hours, maybe about 20 hours with an air compressor. And that's going to be like your single pump air compressors. You guys can do, of course, heated blankets. You guys can do tree trimmers, electric grills, coffee makers, and all of those others. That's the cool part with the 2000 V2. Capabilities are definitely there. Now, we've used the 2000 V2 for quite a lot. We usually use it for like the lighting gear that you guys can see. We have a USB-C plugged into it. If I grab the app and activate the screen, you guys can actually see the screen come on. Let's see if my will connect up. There you guys go. Screen come on. You guys can see there's 47% battery left. We're using approximately 8 watts of battery or charging off of this. But if I don't want that screen on, we could just shut that off and not have to worry about it. Price tag is going to be about $799. And it does price well for that. Now, if you guys want to step it up and grab some solar panels, there's always that option of getting the 2000 V2 with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels. What are the specs, buddy? I'd like to know the specs. Now, if you want to get it with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels, $1,300 is your price tag. 48% savings. You guys can actually do it, have it up and running, and, of course, going on hand. Great options, of course. If you had 6 200-watt panels, you'd have a 2-hour charge time. With, of course, just 2 of these, you get the gist, about 6 hours. So, great options if you need a station. Now, if you needed, of course, the beautiful 3000 that we already showed you by itself, $1,300 price tag is where you're at. My neighbors are now smoking. I can smell the smoke in my apartment. Winter, man. Winter drives me nuts sometimes. All right, let's talk about it. We're going to move up into the bigger power stations. It's going to take us a little bit more to get through the bigger ones, but we're going to get there. We're going to talk about it. Are you wanting to step it up? Are you wanting to power your home, your homestead? You want to power your shops, your garages, or your smaller apartments? Well, we have these options for you. And of course, these options are going to do well for that. Now, I'm going to apologize right now because it looks like we have it set up to the battery with the link. So something on Amazon side is broke with that, guys. The station by itself is going to be about $1,668, I think. Let me have Fernando check the price on that. Fernando, can you give me the price on the 3600? Or Phil? Anybody would. It would be appreciated. I believe it's like $1,300 or $1,700. So, which is still a savings of like 38. Not 38%. It's about 39%. I believe there's like $100 clippable coupon on Amazon as well. So if you guys want that, you have that. Now, we are going to talk about it. We're going to move to the other cameras. And that's right. We got more cameras. And we're going to look at the dark hole that could be. Now, remember, guys, I brought broken tripods and I haven't been able to get tripods. So we're going to talk about this. This is going to be about 3,584 watt hours of power. In a 70-pound package. That's right, 70 pounds. Let's move it forward so you guys can actually see this in its light and, of course, settings. So we're going to move it forward for you. I'm going to give it a little bit more light. We're going to drop it down, and we're going to zoom on in here, and we're going to talk about this. This is a 77-pound power station. Yeah, when you click that, it goes straight to the battery, buddy. It goes just to a battery. I'm not sure what's wrong with the link. Yeah, the link is kind of wonky. It is wonky. Now, it's a beautiful little power station, and on the front, you're going to have multiple points of connections. You're going to have that large digital display, but you're going to have, of course, the two 100-watt USB-C ports, two 18-watt USB-A ports. You're going to have the 5 AC outlets with this. Now, 3,600 watts is where you guys are going to be at with, of course, the AC outlets. 7,200 surge if you need to. Charge times, again, will always vary depending on how you're charging the device. If you had 1,000 watts of solar panels, 4-hour charge time is where you're going to be. If you had a wall plug charging at 1,800 watts, about 2.5 hours of charge time on this device. Solar charging, wall plug combined, and of course, if you guys wanted to do that, it's going to be a little about 2 hours of charging on hand for this. Again, full app control, so you don't have to worry about it. Quick charge times, but expandable when you need to. So, if you want to run your house washer with this 5 watt times, 120 hours with the 5 watt light bulb, maybe 3 days or so with your refrigerator if you need to. Now, 1150 watt window AC with this is going to be about 3 hours or so. Let's go there, 1150 watts, of course. You got all the capabilities with that. And I'm going to point this out. Hey, Fernando, if you were watching, the link takes you to the battery. So there's something on Amazon side that's a little wonky. Rice cookers, 330 watts, 7.5 hours. You guys can do it. Flat screen TV, about 40 hours. If you want to do 120 hours with that light bulb, go ahead and do so. If you want to charge your phone about 150 times, hey, they can go there if you need. Plug it in and set it up. Now, the 3600 Plus can be used as a UPS with 10 milliseconds of switchover. So you do have a quick switchover with this device. Now, because this is not all there is to this device, we do need, of course, to zoom this back out. You guys can see my wonky, ugly legs. We're going to move it to the side. And you're going to notice we have more plugs and connections down the side of this power station. So let's go here. Let's talk about it. You're going to have the wall plug at the bottom, your AC outlet, the 1,800 watts of charging capability. That's your wall charging capable. You're then going to have your tool 80/20 solar plugs connections. You're going to have your AC expansion port at the top. The AC expansion port is going to allow you to plug into a TTR30. It's going to allow you, of course, connect up to the other pieces if you need to. And you guys can, of course, do it in style and pizzazz. If you want to connect it up to, of course, manual transfer station, go ahead and do so. If you want to link it up to a second station, go ahead and do so. You're going to have a battery compartment or battery plug. This plug is going to allow you to expand the device up to 5 batteries if you wanted to. On the front, you're going to have those 5 AC outlets. The fourth is, of course, that TTR30. That's going to allow you to do, of course, 3,600 watts of power, 7,200 max. By itself, 3,584 kilowatts of power. Add 5 batteries, guys, and you're going to have 21 kilowatts of power. And you guys can link 5 batteries up to this. If you wanted a second station and 10 batteries, about 42 kilowatts of power is where you're going to be with, of course, that device. Now, each battery weighs about 50 pounds, so just know that each separate battery does weigh 50 pounds. Now, yes, you guys could stack it on top of this, or you guys could stack it on yourselves. Go ahead and do that. It's optional. Now, 5 batteries total is where you're going to be. Now, each battery will come with the linking cable, so if you guys need the linking cable on the 3600 Plus, that is an option. Now, of course, with this $1,700 price tag, and if you guys want to use that 5% discount code, go ahead and do so. If you want to get, of course, this device and solar panels, you guys can actually do that as well. $2,099, 43% savings. You're going to get the 3600 plus and 2 of the 200 watt bifacial charging solar panels. That's their newer panels. Amazing panels. But why not get the full kit and caboodle and get it with the battery and 2 solar panels? Now, the battery and 2 solar panels, it's going to be a little bit for this one. $5,900 price tag is where you're going to be for that. So $5,900 is, of course, it's a little bit step up. So any questions, guys, about the 3600 plus, go ahead and do so. We're always here to answer. Yeah, Phil, I saw that. That's why I was asking about the actual real price. We're going to move the 3600 plus on, and you guys can see me roll it around without a problem. Now, I'm going to be back here. I'm going to grab this. You guys can see me, of course, tip this. I can roll this. This takes no problem. It takes very, very little work to move this big station that you guys can't see just yet. And there's a reason for that. We're going to get into the station. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to show you guys a big station. The Jackery Explorer 5000 power station is their largest power station to date. It's a little over 130 pounds. It's going to have a lot of battery capacity, 5,000 kilowatts of power, quick charge time, and multiple ways of charging it with, of course, a quick charge time. Now, 5,000 kilowatts of power in a device is amazing. 30% off today, guys. $2,999 is the price tag for this power station right here. And we're going to back up here. This 5,000 power station is a large power station. Has the large display. Beautiful Jackery logo. 12-volt 10-amp DC plugs and multiple points of connection. So let's zoom on in. Let's bring you guys on up. And let's go into, of course, the conversations of the 5,000 power station. My nose itches. Hey, what's up, buddy? So the 5,000 power station, guys, 5,000 watts of power, but you're going to have multiple points of connection. 12-volt 10-amp plug, large 3-inch display, 2 100-watt USB-C ports, 2 18-watt USB-A ports, and, of course, the beautiful, that's right, a beautiful, amazing AC outlets. These 4 AC outlets on the front are going to do 7,200 watts of sine wave connectability. 7,200 watts is where you're at with this one. That's a lot of power. Now, with it, 4 ways of charging, and you guys, of course, are going to have to discover the ways you guys can charge it. So, first and foremost, let's roll it. Let's turn it. You guys can see multiple ports on the side as well. The first port on the top, and we're going to go here. This first port is your AC expansion port. The AC expansion port is also going to allow you to link to a manual transfer station. This is going to give you guys about 4,000 watts of charging, which is under 2 hours of time to charge 5,000 watts of power. You're going to have a TTR30 or a NEMA 14-30, and you're going to have a NEMA 14-50. The 14-30 and the 14-50 will allow you to connect or charge at 120 or 240. So you guys are going to have the connectability of charging it and dual voltage charging capabilities. How's everybody going? Staying warm? Yeah, sure. I'm still in shorts, buddy. I'm in shorts. No problem. So you know what? We were out shoveling snow this morning, not having an issue. Now with it, if we guys roll this over here and we come over to the other side, we're going to have, of course, even more connections and ports. On the very bottom, you're going to have your battery expansion port or your DC expansion port. You're then going to have your AC wall plug. The AC wall plug is going to allow you to charge at 1,800 watts of charging at 3.5 hours. Now, 3.5 hours is a decent charge time no matter what with this size of battery. If I pop this panel up, and you guys can actually see, let me grab that out of there. We have, of course, your 80/20 solar panel plugs. It's going to allow you to charge it. I think it's like 1,200 watts of charging. At 1,200 watts of charging, you guys are going to have a 5-hour charge time. All right, 5 hours. For the people that have the larger solar arrays, if you guys have a big 4,000 watt, 5,000 watt, 6,000 watt solar array, you guys can plug into, of course, your high power solar array, flip the switch, and charge at 4,000 watts. When you're charging at 4,000 watts, again, under 2 hours of charge time on hand. Now, this is, of course, again, expandable like the other one we just showed you. So we can actually expand it with 10 batteries. By having 10 batteries, we're going to have about 30,000, that's right, 30 kilowatts of power. Guys, 30 kilowatts of power. Now, come on. Guys, think about it. 30 kilowatts of power. It's a lot of power. If you want to, though, you guys can link it again with the second station, 10 batteries, 60 kilowatts of power. Now, the station itself is going to allow you to see generation and consumption of solar, generation and consumption of your wall plug charging. It's going to allow you to, of course, run multiple devices without an issue. Now, by itself, if you guys want to, you guys can run a flat screen TV for 2 days. Your house dryer, like 3 hours of runtime with the house dryer. You could run a central AC off of this at 60 degrees for about 2 hours of runtime. Your 1150 watt window AC would be about 4.5 hours of runtime. Now, capabilities means if you guys just started adding batteries, you guys add 5 batteries, you have about 7 days of runtime without having solar connecting. If you connect up solar, you guys are going to be, of course, continuous running off of the devices. Second station, 10 batteries, you're going to have 15 days of runtime with this. Now, what's different with the 5,000, guys, is it can be used as a 0 milliseconds of UPS switchover. So that means no loss of anything. $3,000 price tag is for the 5,000 price tag for it by itself. If you want to get the 5,000 with, of course, the 500X solar panel, that's going to be a $4,159 price tag, but it's going to do it well for you. So definitely worth checking out, guys, if you need. Now we're going to go to the top of the top of the stack up here. This is the Jackery Explorer 500. Now, the Jackery Explorer 500 is 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package. 13 pounds is all it's going to weigh. That's it. 13 pounds, guys. That's actually nice, lightweight, and capable. You're going to have about a 5-hour charge time on a wall plug, 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours if you're doing a cigarette car lighter, or about 7.5 hours with the 100-watt solar panel. You're going to have, of course, that beautiful 500-watt AC outlets. 3-prong AC outlet. You're going to have 3 USB-A ports, 3 DC plugs output, and 1 DC input port. Now there is a flashlight on the side as well. With this device, you should be able to run a flat screen TV for about 7 hours. You guys can run, of course, mini cooler 9 hours, maybe 30 hours with the laptop. And of course, that's the capabilities with this. So by itself, it's phenomenal at $329. But pair it up with the 100-watt solar panel for $499, and you're going to have a great time of fashion. You're going to have an amazing solar panel, and of course, you're going to have fun doing it. Now, we are going to show you guys a product page, so let me grab this. Hopefully, you guys can kind of see this. Jackery created the new 500. This is the 500 V2, guys. Now, the 500 V2 is 512 watt-hours of power in approximately 12.6 pounds. So it weighs a little less than that station we just showed you. Now, with this, you guys can see, of course, there are multiple connections ports on the front. 2 USB-C ports, 30-watt port, 100-watt port. You're going to have a USB-A 18-watt port, 2 AC outlets that do 500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 1,000. It's got that beautiful little flashlight and the 12-volt 10-amp plug. Now, we're showing you guys a product page today because I don't have this product on hand yet, so just don't have it to show you guys. The capabilities are going to allow you to run about 24 cell phone charges, 4 laptops, 9 hours at the house fan, 18 hours at the mini fridge. You guys are going to be able to carry it around because it's nice, lightweight. 52 minutes, approximately about an hour charge time on the wall plug, fully charged, guys. Capabilities will change if you guys use solar or if you guys are using DC charging. It's an amazing little station that's going to do very, very well for you, but it's, of course, small, portable, and a new housing. So that's the 500 V2. Now, if you really need to, step it up a little bit. Pick your game up, and again, go back, of course, to wanting to run your whole home. Now, we can do that, of course, off, of course, another little angle. Let's talk about the 2000 Plus. Now, the 2000 Plus comes by itself, if you guys want it by itself, with solar panels for like, why do I want to say $18.99? So you guys can get the 2000 Plus, 2 of the 200 watt solar panels for like $18.99, which is a great deal. It's a phenomenal deal. If you want to get it with the 500X solar panel, it's like $19.99, so you guys can do that as well. Station by itself is about $15.99. The 4000 kit, which is what we're going to show you guys right here, is the battery, the station, and 2 solar panels for $2,700, which is a crazy price tag. That's a great savings, like 39%. 2000, why can I not think today or speak properly? A little over 2,000 watt hours of power is where your guys are at. 2,042 watt hours of power, technically, with the station alone. Add, of course, the battery that comes with the kit. You're going to have 5,085 watt hours of power. Now, with it, of course, you're going to have the 4 AC outlets on the front, the TTR30, and, of course, the standard 3-prong American outlets. You're going to have the 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. You're going to have a 2-hour charge time with the device by itself. 2 hours with the battery by itself as well, if you needed to. If you had 6 of the 200-watt solar panels, a 2-hour charge time on the 2000 Plus. Now, with this kit, that battery can actually allow you to connect up to 6 solar panels to itself. So you guys can actually do that quick charge time as well, running through everything. Now, what could you run off of this? How could you run it? Well, you could run quite a bit. 500-watt refrigerator, about 7 hours off of this kit. If you wanted to do about 12 hours with the 200-watt desktop PC off the station alone, you could. With the battery, about 24 hours of runtime. Now, your variants of how you guys are doing it, what can do it, 300 hours at the CPAP machine, 4 hours at the microwave, 28 hours at the movie projector, 52 plus hours at the portable freezer. Welding machine. You guys could technically plug in a welder to this and run it for a little over an hour and 20 minutes and enjoy your time. This kit is amazingly well done. It's beautifully set and perfect for everybody. So if you guys need 4000 kit. Now we're at the part of the show where I'm going to start showing you guys the actual solar panels and what you guys are going to pay for these. First and foremost is going to be the Mini 40. Now the Mini 40 is back to the original price. It is actually about $129 with this. And that's correct, $129 with this the Mini 40. Hey, wait a minute. What? Is that a new solar panel that we're showing you today? Fernando, or if you're listening in, are we actually showing the Mini 40 Air? I'm confused. I did not see this. We are. I don't have that panel. So guys, we have the Mini 40 Air inside, of course, this the package. The Mini 40 Air is a really, really cool one. It's a newer station. It's got the sunlight angle indicator. It, of course, is a trifold design, quad panels. It's going to have, of course, the bifacial charging, which this one doesn't have. It's, of course, single-sided charging. But it's going to, of course, fold out kind of like this. You guys will be able to fold it out like this. So you guys will, of course, do that with this. $129 is, of course, the Mini 40 Air. If you guys want the Mini 40, that's going to be about an $80 price tag with this. Now, IP65 to IP68 waterproof, water resistant, guys, do not worry about it. They're not going to get hurt. They are, of course, perk style panels. So you guys have the perk style, which is great. 23% conversion rate of power in low light settings with, of course, the solar panel. Just two different options. I did not know that we were showing you guys the Mini Air 40 watt air panel. I'll have to talk to Fernando about that later. I don't have that one. Now, if you want to step it up and go into a bigger solar panel, we can talk about the 100 watt solar panel. The Jackery Explorer 100 watt solar panel is a fully waterproof, water resistant bifacial panel. Now, bifacial means it can actually get a charge from both sides. You're going to have this blue side that's going to get the reflective charging. You're going to have, of course, the kickstands built in to allow you to set it up at a 20-degree angle. You're going to have, of course, this beautiful little handle to carry it around if you guys want to carry it around. Nice and lightweight. Riveted on snap rings. It's a trifold design like we were talking about. Trifold quad panel. How long is that panel? Well, this panel is actually very, very, very long. It is over 50 inches long, and so approximately, I think it's like it's a little over 50, about 50 inches or so long. This panel is, of course, IP68 waterproof, water resistant, harsh and wet weather. You don't have to worry about this device. Fully waterproof, water resistant, can be left out in the rain, left out in the snow. It's not going to hurt it. Now, if it gets dirty, guys, just dust it off, wash it off the hose, and put it back into action. You guys can kind of see how the light reflects or captures off of the device with it. Now, with this, of course, it can connect up to like the 240D all the way up to the bigger power stations without a problem. This is a very, very compatible solar panel. If you had, let's say, 6 of these, you guys could plug 6 of these 100 watt into like the 2000 plus, the 500, 5000 pluses, the 3600s, the 3000s. If you guys had, of course, other variations. This is $198.01, guys. Normally, it's a $300 price tag on this panel. So $300 is the normal price for the 100 watt panel. $198 is your sale price today with that. So it's a good sale price to be had. Now, if you want to step it up and go into a bigger panel, you guys can get, of course, the 200. At, of course, that beautiful price point of $379, go ahead and do so. Now, we are going to show you guys another $300 panel, but this, of course, is a fully tempered glass panel. Now, I'm going to move this other panel out of the way. We do have another panel. But we're going to show you guys the 100 Prime. The 100 Prime is a tempered glass solar panel. It is, of course, going to be a fixed style panel. It is bifacial charging, so you do have the standard side. But it's glass. Be careful with this. This one can actually stand temperatures up to 185 degrees. Again, fully waterproof, water resistant. This would be great for your roofs, your vans, your balconies, your RVs, your houses, your cabins. On the back is going to be the reflective side. So you guys can actually do a reflective side. Now remember, 25-degree angle to get the reflective working. Permanently affixed 10-foot cable with an Anderson clipped end, and of course the adapters to connect up. Fully metal housed with pre-drilled holes all the way around to, of course, mount to the bracketry that does come with the kit. Now, it's going to come with 4 Z brackets. It's going to come with, of course, 8 self-tapping screws. It's going to come with, of course, all the nuts and bolts and hardware that you guys are going to need for this. Extend it out with extensions, link it with the other 100 panels, and you guys can make a large solar array system if you wanted to. This is an amazing little piece. It's going to do very, very well for you guys if you need a fully glassed panel. Now, the panel I am truly, truly starting to really love is going to be probably your guys' favorite as well. Now, this is another $300 solar panel that we're about to show you guys. This is, I think there's a 16% clippable coupon that can save about 16% at checkout. This panel is bendable. It's flexible. It's lightweight. It weighs only 4.5 pounds. It's got a flat wound cable. It's got, of course, the Anderson clip with the 80/20 adapter, but it is, of course, there for you. This is the 100 Light solar panel. Now, the Jackery Explorer 100 Light solar panel is a bifacial charging solar panel that is actually really, really nicely sized. So much so that I cannot see you guys through, of course, the back end of this. Now, with this device, we can do something that we can't do with other panels. We can bend it in 2 shapes. So, we can bend it approximately 221 degrees. So, 221 degrees is where they want you to stop with this. Now, with it is, again, that beautiful, beautiful monocrystalline style cell. It's got the 7909 adapter and the 80/20 adapter as well. You're going to have the Anderson clip, but it's going to have the flat wound cable. So this cable, it is completely flat for you. Again, IP68 waterproof and water resistant, fully waterproof. You guys can leave it out in the sun. This one's going to allow you to do about a conversion rate of 25% in low light settings, 100% in, of course, highlight settings with this. 100 watts at 18 volts, guys, is what you guys are going to be at with this one. But it is only a 4.5 pounds with this. Now, you guys can use this in -4 degrees or all the way up there if you want to. You guys can link it to multiple pieces or multiple solar panels. But the flexibility is where it's really at with this, guys. So if you need to, the 100 Light might be your option for that newer panel. Now, with that, guys, that is the end of our show for tonight. Now, remember, this is, of course, our winter deals. For those of you that need to, there is that 5% discount code for you guys if you want to purchase anything over $1,000 or multiple devices that up to $1,000. We also had that 1500 Ultra, guys, waterproof power station for about $8.99. That's that banner down there. Now, with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you guys on the next show. Now, remember, guys, if you haven't, hit that follow button. Hit the live notification button. We go live on Jackery quite a bit. We go live on Dragon Blogger quite a bit. You guys do not want to miss these shows. We're always showing you guys great deals, great products, and, of course, having fun with it. With that, hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you on the next.